that we know of, say 2,000 years ago, it is quite clear that the God in that religion is a murderous God, a genocidal God, a God that manipulates the minds of mankind. And I think it is unwise to follow that God.
Are you refer
to Judaism?
Pardon?
You refer to Judaism?
That is correct.
The Old Testament?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I have spoken with a few. I've spoken to a few people who are Islam or Muslim or whatever you call
They're Muslims. Islam is the religion.
Well, I've spoken with a few of them.
Yeah.
And the reason why that I have never taken any interest in it is because my understanding is that you indulge in the same. You incorporate in your religion the Abraham, Isaac, Joseph, all of those prophets. I incorporated into your religion. Now, in 2001, a voice said to me from within to read Exodus.
Exodus in the Old Testament.
So I've read Exodus down to Leviticus, and I became totally disorientated. There are things that I think about that I couldn't think anymore, because what I read was so despicable. I don't know how anyone can accept it.
So so what you just did, you utilized your experience with the Old Testament to judge all the religions, which is incorrect. Because
one moment.
Go ahead.
It's not to judge all religion.
That's what you said.
I'm not judging any religion.
But you just did. You said a religion is evil.
Well, that's not a judgment. To me, it's a fact.
Yeah, but it's judgment, regardless.
Well,
if you say something is evil or good, it's a fact or not, but it's a judgment.
I think when people I don't know. I don't see myself as a person that judges anyone or anything.
But you just did. You judged a religion to be evil.
Well,
of being evil.
That's how I perceive it to be.
Yeah, you judged it. So
if you're going to say kill every man, every woman, every child,
we don't believe that, by the way. Islamically, we believe that's wrong.
I'm just saying what I read.
I
don't believe anything.
Okay,
that's the first thing.
Okay, I'll allow you to speak, but if you listen to me carefully, what I said to you, I said what you said to me in the beginning, to remind you, you said you believe, or you said that religion is necessary evil, okay? And you said, so you generalize every religion because you read something in the Old Testament which caused you to be traumatized, and so therefore you said all the religion is evil, and there is a judgment, no doubt about that. It's like someone, example of that, I'm Algerian, I'm from Algeria, North Africa, okay? Imagine I go do something evil to someone. He cannot say all the Algerians are evil because Shamsi is an Algerian and he did something evil to me. It's not fair for him to do that. You can see. So if you come to Islam, we have many problems with the Old Testament. For example, killing children. In Islam, does not allow it. Our Prophet Muhammad told us in the war, in the war, we're not allowed to kill children, we're not allowed to kill women, and we're not allowed to kill a man in his temple. For example, a Christian scholar, a Hindu scholar, a Jewish scholar, we're not allowed to go and kill him. We are only,
even the Buddhists.
The Buddhists, yeah, any religious person, okay? And even a man without a weapon, okay? We're not allowed to do that. We're not even allowed to cut off the trees. That's the teaching of our Prophet Muhammad. So I would say, alayhi salam. So Old Testament, we don't trust everything in there, because the people that wrote the Old Testament, you can see they were evil. Even the way they speak about God, they made God seem like you said, an evil person, evil being. Just kill, destroy, murder. We don't accept that. Understand?
But they did that under the urges of God. They did that by God commanding them to do it.
No, Allah already told us in Islam.
I'm not talking about Allah now.
No, but I believe Allah is the God of everyone.
Oh, Allah is the God.
Yeah, so we believe in the Old Testament.
Well, the fact remains is that the problem that we have with religion, that I have with religion, is the coming of Jesus and John. Now, the teaching of Jesus and John, which contains 5 books in the Judaism thing. In that teaching, it contradicts everything that is said in the Old Testament. It tells you that Jesus tells us that the religious God of Abraham, etc., that he was a murderer, and a liar from the beginning of time.
Where does it say that in the Bible? By the way, I'm not Christian here to defend Christianity, but I've respect. And where does it say in the New Testament that Jesus or John said that the God is a murderer and is a liar?
It said, I have a problem with that. I'll explain to you what the problem is. When I was told to read that, I read everything. What I read, I remember it all. But the difference is I didn't take the verses and the thing with me. I didn't take that. I just read it and that's it.
No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say. It doesn't say
that.
In the New Testament, does not say God is a murderer, liar.
I didn't say that in the New Testament.
In John.
Jesus said that.
In the New Testament.
Well, it's not a New Testament, really.
Jesus is not in the Old Testament.
If you read the New Testament, what you will find is that the Old Testament, the original thing is incorporated into the New Testament. It speaks of the same Abraham and all those.
Yeah, some prophets and messengers. Yeah.
So it's not really accurate. Jesus and John didn't come here to teach religion. They were never religious. They made an emphasis and they said, we came here to tell you the truth, and said that the truth shall set you free.
Okay.
For example, they both knew that they were going to create another religion that is called the New Testament. So what did he do?
You mean Christianity?
Yes. So what did he do? He forewarned us before he left. He said to his apostles, you must not go to the land of Samaria. You must not go to the cities. You must only go to the house of Israel. And you must not take...
Only the house lost of sheep of Israel.
And you must not take any gifts.
Okay.
Now, how did who started Christianity?
Paul.
Paul the apostles. They're the one that started.
Yeah, Jesus never started
it. They were imposters. And I'll tell you why they were imposters.
Who were imposters?
Those who gave us Christianity.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Paul and John and Luke and Matthew.
They were imposters.
Okay.
But the fact is that we were forewarned. Therefore, Jesus forewarned us about these people, false prophet, and those who will speak in the name of use the word the Christ with an S, plural Christ.
Okay.
That is why you get today. Everyone talks about Jesus, but he forewarned us about that. All he did, they told us that he's a virgin birth. He's not a virgin birth.
Okay.
Jesus himself told us on 5 occasions that he is from the seed of David.
Yeah. Okay. But
when we go to the lineage of David, we have Joseph, which is the father, the biological father.
But I don't understand. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. I mean, you said you had a problem with religion. Then you start talking about the Old Testament. Now you start talking about the New Testament. And it's about Jesus and that. But you remember I'm a Muslim, okay? And as for, there's many things you and I will agree on. Meaning that, for example, God telling people to kill babies and children, Islamically we don't agree with it, okay? So it's better for us
Islamic wouldn't do things like that.
Of course, Prophet Muhammad told us clearly, explicitly in the war, you're not allowed to kill women, we're not allowed to kill children, we're not allowed to kill... In Islam, we are only allowed to fight against the combatants. Okay? As for the innocent people, even the non-Muslims, we're not allowed to touch them or to harm them. In the Quran, Allah told us clearly in Surah Al-Mumtahina, chapter called Mumtahina, لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلكم في الدين. Allah does not forbid you to deal justly and kindly with those who never fight you because of your religion. So Islam, alhamdulillah, is based upon justice. So there's no need for me and you to discuss about the New Testament because I'm not a Christian. What I want to speak to you about, you believe in a creator, correct?
The reason why we should speak about it, a Christian, I'll tell you why we should speak it. Because in your religion, you have incorporated
Christianity?
You have incorporated the prophets into your religion.
Yeah, but the prophets in my religion we refute the lies.
Explain to you how prophets in
we believe the way the prophets have been portrayed or propagated in the New Testament, the Old Testament, is a wrong way. For example, Prophet David in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament teaches you that the Prophet David was a killer, murderer, someone who sets up his own friend to be killed for the sake to sleep with his wife, with the wife of his friend, when he saw her naked. I don't believe that. I don't believe David had fornication. I don't believe the Prophet Lut had a fornication with his own daughters. I don't believe that. So Quran portrayed the prophets and the messengers in their best way.
But you believe what is said in the Quran, what they say that your prophet says, but you don't believe what they say about their prophets. Why is that?
Because, like you said, because when you look to the Old Testament, the New Testament cannot be trusted. One of the things that we have...
The only reason that it cannot be trusted is because it contradicts your teaching.
Not just about that. It contradicts which we know, because we call universal knowledge. Universal knowledge, our sound reasoning, our natural inclination. Like naturally, I know if someone comes to me now and he say, let's go kill a baby. When I say, why you want to kill a baby for? He said, because his father did something to my father. I know that's wrong. You know, that's why Islam... One of the beauty of Islam goes in line with our natural inclination and our sound reasoning. Because the one who gave you that tools, or those tools, which is a sound reasoning and the natural inclination, is the same one who sent down the Islamic revelation.
So tell me something then. This innate feeling that we have, we are created with, that allows us to use empathy, compassion, to understand, to be kind to each other. Just a second. Once we know that we have that within, why can't we live that life? Just a second. Why do we need religion? Why do we need a contradiction of it? And if you look at it, at religion, what you will find how they segregate our mind. That when we come here on a Sunday, we see the Christian speaking and we see the Muslim, and then you have this conflict of emotion. Shouting and yelling and right, wrong, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, Islam doesn't teach us that.
Well, it doesn't matter what you teach us or not. I see it performed here.
But you cannot judge Islam based upon people's action. I mean, I cannot judge your country based upon people's action. But to go back to your question...
I'm saying this is my experience here. And my experience here is, I want to know is, can we as human beings, do you think we can exist
without a revelation?
With the knowing, to hell with the revelation, with the knowing that we have inside of us, that part of the Supreme Creator that we have within us, that part that gives us the quality. That's
a good question. That's a good question. So the question you're asking, is it not sufficient for us to have our natural inclination and then just live with it? No, not. You know why? Because our natural inclination does not teach us in detail what is right, what is wrong. It tells us in general. For example, you have your wife, and you have your mother, and you have your sister, and you have your daughter. Now, your natural inclination cannot dictate to you which one has more right over you. Likewise, naturally, you know you should be grateful to someone who done something good to you. As for the Creator who created you, naturally, you said, you know what, I should be grateful to my Creator. But how? Not according to your feeling, according to my feeling. Well, that's why, that's why, based upon the wisdom of the Creator sent the prophets and messengers to explain to us in detail that which we know in general, how to live our life. Because our natural inclination and our sound reasoning is limited. So therefore, the revelation is needed for us in order for us to live and have a life which pleases the Creator. And the example I always give...
Pleases the Creator.
Yes, pleases the Creator.
So in other words, you're saying that the Creator needs something from us.
No, He doesn't need something from us. And I'll give you an example of that.
Well, if He's pleased, if we have to do things that pleases Him, why do you think He needs anything?
I'll tell you how. For example, now, if I saved you, imagine you're in a house and there's a fire in the house. You know, you are surrounded with a fire. You are about to be, you know, you try your best to save yourself and you couldn't, you gave up. I came and I saved your life. Would you thank me for saving your life?
Well, I would thank you, of course, but it's not necessary for me to thank you. I'll tell you why it's not necessary.
It's not necessary for you to thank me?
No, it's not.
For saving your life?
No, he said, I will thank you.
I would thank you.
It is necessary for him to thank me. I mean, like any human being knows that.
I would thank you.
Yeah.
But I don't consider this necessary. What I consider is important is how you feel. And you would feel very good within.
No, wait, one second.
And it's better than pleasing the Creator.
No, before we're talking about the Creator now. Any human being with a sound reasoning, it will tell you it is necessary, it's rather from our nature to be grateful to someone who saved your life.
Well, if I thank you, I'd be grateful, wouldn't I?
That's what I'm saying. But if I said to you, I
But
don't.
I'm saying
hear
it's
me.
not necessary.
You have to allow me to finish.
Because it's
Understand?
like if I give you something,
You have to allow me to finish my points.
and I
It
need
is-
something in return. I gave it to you free.
You have to-
I give it to you from my heart. I don't need anything.
You
in
have to allow me to
return.
finish. I mean, like any, you know, what I would say to you, if you go outside the park, you will not say that. You are just saying it for the sake of argument. I have respect. Because any
why
human
do
being,
you think that?
because why? Any human being, I've been doing this for the last 15 years. I've been speaking to people from different backgrounds, you know, and this is the first time I've heard someone says, it's not necessary for me to thank you for saving my life. It's not by necessity that if someone saved my life, I'm not going to, hear me out. I'm not just going to thank him. I will remember him all the time. Every time I remember this man saved what? Saved something is so dear to me. I say, you know what? That guy saved my life. I thank him. You know, at the least can. I mean, I will try to everything to do something. But he said it's not necessary.
But I said it's not necessary. And the reason is, the reason why it is.
This is just متلاعب man. Yeah, proper. تلاعب أخي. عناد. السلام عليكم. حياك الله. كيف الحال؟
بالله والله الوحيد الذي له عقيده والمنهج صحيح.
بارك الله فيك. أعزك الله. حياك الله أخي. بارك الله فيك.
10 people, 99% of people, when you ask them, someone saved their life, they will tell you, I will be very thankful to that person.
And it's necessary to thank him.
But
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah, you said that, I'm happy, but you keep saying it's not necessary.
But it is necessary.
I am different.
But anyway,
I'm different.
but I said sorry. Anyway, if I said to any person, don't thank me, they will say, no, Shamsi, you deserve to be thanked. You saved something so dear to me, even though I don't need your thank. This, let alone the Creator. He owns you and everything. Your own existence by His own virtue. You understand? So when the Creator wants you to thank Him and to worship Him, not because you are in need of worshiping the Creator. You understand?
I am in need of
of worshiping the Creator.
Well, if I feel the need that I should worship the Creator, then I would think that the Creator desired it for me to think that way.
Yeah, the Creator wants you.
When I wake in the morning, I will put my hands wide apart.
Yeah.
I would look to the heavens, and I would say, "Thank you," silently within me.
Yeah.
Thank you for my existence.
So thanking the Creator.
I would not say anything else. I would not pray to Him. I would not ask Him for
But there's
anything.
this type of prayer when you say thank you.
No.
It's a type of prayer.
That's an acknowledgement of my existence.
Okay, how do you know the Creator wants you to do this for Him?
Pardon?
How do you know that the Creator wants you to wake up in the morning?
You see, I never said that the Creator wanted me to do it.
Okay.
I said that I do it because, one, I acknowledge the Creator.
Okay.
And I'm happy to exist.
Okay.
And therefore,
He's asking you a different question.
Yeah.
He's asking you, what make you sure to do this? How
be-
do you know yourself that this is the right way
To do it.
to create?
To be grateful to the Creator.
well, I'm not going to answer that.
Why not?
Because you can't accept it.
No,
your answer.
that's
I said I would tell you because you cannot accept it. What I will tell you is this. I know there is a Creator. You understand? This is something that I know. And I know that, and I acknowledge that Creator, the gratitude of being here. I will not pray to the Creator. I do not believe the Creator wishes anything from me.
But that's a prayer you just
think
did.
that all that, pardon?
When you thank Him, that is a prayer too.
Oh, well, if
That is
that's a
acknowledgement.
prayer,
There's a type
then
of
that's
prayer.
a prayer. I don't see it as a prayer. I see it as I acknowledging the existence of the Creator and that I'm grateful to be here.
Okay, do you accept the Creator as the most wise?
These are children these are questions that you ask children. Do I think the Creator is most wise?
Do you accept? Do you accept?
Okay, the question that you should ask me is this: do I think the Creator is good?
No. Before that,
Just
I'm
a
asking.
second, just a
You're not going to dictate to me what questions you ask.
Question that you should ask.
No. I'm asking you. Do you accept the Creator as the most wise?
I accept the Creator is most in everything.
Wise, one of them.
Everything.
Okay, no problem. Would the most wise Creator create us with the creation without any purpose? Afwan. Would you accept that the most wise would create the creation with a purpose?
Do you think that the most wise?
No.
Do
I'm
I think
asking.
the Creator created us for a purpose?
Yes.
Well, I know what the purpose is.
Okay. If you know your purpose, and if your purpose is different than my purpose, how do we know which purpose the Creator will create us for? if you say my purpose, what is your purpose? Go ahead. What is your purpose?
My purpose?
Yeah.
Well, my purpose is to grow and to evolve.
Okay.
And the only way that I can do that is from experience. You see.
So no, step by step. So the Creator created you for the purpose for you. Habibi, please. أنا أدعو كافر يا أيها الدجال. لا حول ولا قوة. So if for the sake of, so the Creator created you with a purpose. So therefore, who knows the purpose? The Creator as well, yes?
But I've just told you that. I just told you the Creator know all there is to know.
No problem. So how do you know the purpose that Creator created you is just for you just to grow? How do you know? Did you speak to the Creator? That He told you that He created you for the purpose just to grow?
You're not ready for those answers.
Yeah, I am ready. I was born ready. I was born ready.
No, you're not.
I am, wallahi.
Well, you're speaking to me, and I can mold it, and I can tell the level from which you speak.
No, I was born ready. So can you answer me out of respect, uncle, please?
Pardon?
Can you answer me, uncle, please, out of respect? How do you know? Because you just accepted that the Creator created us for a purpose. So therefore, the Creator's purpose to me and to you, or to you, is known. How did you know that the Creator created for the purpose just for you to grow and evolve?
Experience.
That does not. So if someone says to you, he experienced that he's the reason God created him, the purpose God created him just to rape women, would you accept that from him?
Well, one sees the Creator. I don't think one would all think it's abusing the Creator creation. Isn't
No, but he's going to say I'm not abusing. I'm enjoying.
Yes, but you see, what we do is we have a way of judging people. We do not know. For example, when I was born, I knew absolutely nothing.
That's right.
But in spirit form, I knew all there is to know.
In the spirit form, you knew what?
In the spirit form.
Yeah.
You see, you probably see yourself simply as flesh and blood.
No, as a soul, I have a soul too. Islamically, we have a soul. We have a soul and we have a nafs.
And what is the soul? How do you all...
That's a good question. Allah said in the Quran, "Ilmuha inda Rabbi." The knowledge of it is with Allah. We don't know the reality of the soul.
Well, the soul is the equivalent part of the Creator. It's
equivalent part of the Creator?
Yes.
Where do you get that from?
From Muhammad.
No, I have respect. You can't just mock him because what are you just doing? I have respect, uncle. What are you doing? No, I have respect, uncle. What are you doing? You just speaking based upon one of the reasons experience, and experience is not objective, it's subjective, correct? So therefore, you cannot establish to us objectively what the Creator create us for, because your experience is something which is subjective.
But you can
objectively, yes, objectively, because why?
Muhammad tell you.
No, not because Muhammad told me. Because if Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, our messenger of Allah, he never came to people and he said, God sent me, that's it. No, he gave them a tangible, a rational, universal proofs why he's a messenger of Allah, why he was sent by God the Almighty. One of the proof, which is a prophecy, which is so powerful, everyone can see it. One of the prophecy in the Quran, Allah said, Allah will make Islam spread, even if the disbelievers dislike it. We know now there is a huge war against Islam, especially in the Western world, on the mainstream media. There is a huge war against Islam. But the fastest growing religion on the face of the earth is Islam. Even though we know the Muslim countries are weak, who's doing the job? Allah. And Allah mentioned that in the Quran 1,400 years ago. So how a man that existed 1,400 years ago in the middle of desert, who couldn't read and write, and he had a few followers, and his followers, they were scared for their lives. He was telling them that Islam, the religion that he came with, it will go around the world and it will overpower everything. And that's what's happening now and what happened in the past. This man cannot be a normal man.
Okay.
What did you go and said?
Well, I agree with you.
That's objective.
If that's what you accept, if that's your version.
But that's objective, like the brother said.
Well, whatever it is, it's what you believe.
Anyway.
And I respect what you believe.
It's not about respect.
I don't have any beliefs. Because belief has no foundation.
No, you do have belief.
No, beliefs don't have any foundation.
They do. They
That's
should have
ridiculous.
belief. They should have beliefs.
1 minute. I
They
believe
should
in
have-
this. And 10.
No.
In time to come, it changes.
Uncle, they should have beliefs. Even in English language, if you go to English dictionary, the term belief sometimes is used for a lack of certainty or knowledge. But the belief that the Muslims we use is based upon knowledge and certainty. So as a Muslim, when I say I believe, mean I know and I'm certain.
Well, then why don't you use the word I know?
Because,
Why don't you?
because I know doesn't combine certainty. But when I say I believe, include knowledge and certainty.
It does.
Yes.
Well, if you were to say, Vernon, my name is Vernon, if you say, Vernon, I know this, I would consider it to be a certainty.
No, sometimes you know something, but you're not certain. Like I know I left my daughter at home, but I am certain she's still at home. You see? But when I say I believe, mean I know and I'm certain. And I could always say to you, I have respect, you seem a nice person. But what I would say, live experience of the Old Testament and so on. What you have to understand, no doubt, every part of your body has a purpose. You has a purpose.
What I know is that we are conditioned to believe. We are locked into systems of belief. That belief.
What do you mean we're conditioned to believe? We're conditioned to believe. What do you mean by that?
Well, for example, we just discussed your religion and we discussed the Christian religion, and there are things in the Christian religions that you don't accept. You don't.
That's what you mean. You know, Uncle, what we say to you, logic dictates. You know, logic.
You cannot tell me that you're not aware that we've always been lied to.
No, not us. Muslims, alhamdulillah, Islam is the truth. I mean, there is some Muslim scholars.
Rupert Murdoch is a Muslim.
Huh?
You know that? Rupert Murdoch is Muslim. No, I know he's Jewish, but I'm
Why do you say that?
Why is a Muslim then?
Why do you say that?
You're just making it up then. Uncle, come on, be honest, man. Be sincere, because you know what we say to you. Look, Allah in the Quran mentioned. He said, "Whoever wants to believe, let him believe, and whoever wants to disbelieve, let him disbelieve." But that, let me finish. Let me finish. Just let me finish. You have to let me finish,
Okay,
Uncle.
go ahead.
I have respect. Here, when Allah said, "Whoever wants to believe, let him believe. Whoever wants to disbelieve, let him disbelieve." Here Allah is not encouraging disbelief. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, if you disbelieve, the outcome of that, because disbelief in God and the Prophet Muhammad and the prophets and messengers, it boils down to arrogance. And the destiny of the arrogant ones is the hellfire forever. So save yourself before it's too late. Either you're going to be in paradise eternal, you know, or you're going to be in the hellfire forever. And Islam, it goes in line with the sound reasoning. That be grateful to your Creator and understand what the Creator's purpose for us to create us, because He already taught us through His prophets and messengers, not through your experience or my experience, because your experience and my experience are subjective. And the logic dictates the most wise. He has a problem with the Old Testament. Brother, he has a problem with the Old Testament. He's not a Christian.
Allah said otherwise.
Whoever
don't believe on Allah, whoever don't believe on Allah,
so what I would say to you,
kill. Whoever don't believe on Allah.
He hates the Bible. He said he hates the Bible.
No.
He will not defend the Bible. You said you have problem with the Old Testament. Imagine he's a Christian, he can't defend Christianity. Islam. I know you are.
You are speaking a lie.
Anyway, Uncle,
Quran
I have
is
respect.
saying,
He's gonna come start shouting.
whoever
It was
don't
nice talking to
believe
you.
on Allah,
Hopefully, I will see you another time, inshallah. Because he's not leaving.
This is the example of religion.
Especially
No, it's not
Jews and
religion.
Christians.
This example of a madman. This
Especially
example of a
Jews and
madman.
Christians. Kill
It's not
them.
religion. Because he's religious. My brothers
Jews
here are
and
Muslims.
Christians.
No one is shouting, screaming. He comes, starts screaming like a
You
motorbike.
are speaking a lie here. You are speaking a lie. You said Quran says this.
What did I say? Okay, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
You said
Yeah.
Allah says that who don't believe.
What I want to know is why you responding to him.
That's a good thing. Because why sometimes I
Your
can.
Giving him power.
No,
Your
you're right,
Quran said
100%.
differently.
And I appreciate what you just said. Thank you for reminding me. Because I'm a human being, sometimes I forget. But the problem is right next to my ear. I can't take it. I feel like a motorbike. You know, but anyway, what we say to you, inshallah, hopefully I will see you another time, inshallah. Were you from America?
No, I was born in the West Indies.
West Indies, where about, if you don't mind?
St. Vincent, and then I went to Barbados, and then I came here.
My wife is from St. Lucia.
St. Lucia?
Yes.
Yeah, I spent 2 days there. I was terrified. I heard some funny stories.
Yes, it's St. Lucia.
Yeah.
ما شاء الله. كده يا أخي. الحمد لله. Anyway, anyway, brothers.
I have to tell you something.
Go ahead.
I'm not religious.
You are religious, you are.
Just a second.
Okay.
I'm not religious. I never will be religious.
Okay, never know.
And I understand the conflict of emotion that goes on between religion. My perception of religion is there is.
Shamsi is telling a lie.
My perception of religion is that there is only one religion. It's like a tree, and on that tree you have branches. There is 2,000 religions on the planet. There's only one that is the correct religion.
That is Islam.
That's the one that you're.
Alhamdulillah, he believes that.
And for that Christian,
Yeah.
his is the only one. So this
No,
is
no, no, no. Islam is the only one for all mankind. Do you know why? I tell you, Uncle, listen.
Just a second.
No,
Just a second.
Go ahead.
You
go ahead.
represent about 2 billion people or 2.5
No,
billion
no, I
people.
represent myself. I don't represent two Muslims.
No, no, I mean your religion.
Yeah, of course.
And that whatever you call him religion.
For the motorbike.
He represents about their religion represents about the same. And what you have when both of you come together,
Yeah.
you create conflicts of emotion. Some anger, some may even resort to violence.
I mean, like, you know.
For me. But I'm going to tell you what I admire about you all. The family structure. That I think is a brilliant thing. Now, if that comes from Islam, that's fine.
Of course, come from Allah.
Whatever it comes from.
Yeah.
But I admire that.
Yeah, but what we say to Uncle, yeah, those who caused the biggest crime in the history, they were not religious. Okay, they were communists, they were atheists, they didn't never believe in God. You know, let me finish. The one who caused World War I has nothing to do with Islam. Those who caused the World War II has nothing to do with Islam. Those who dropped Hiroshima has nothing to do with Islam. You know, those who went to Africa and enslaved the black people has nothing to do with Islam. Yes, some Arabs did it. Some Arabs who are evil did not follow the teaching of Islam.
I wouldn't mention it, but I know.
No, yeah, of course, but I will mention it because I'm an Arab. So I want to show the people I'm not biased. Because Prophet Muhammad taught us, he said whoever goes around and enslave free people, his prayer will not be accepted. So if the Western world followed Islam, they would have been engaged in the World War I and the World War II, and they would have gone to America and Caribbean and Africa to enslave free people.
Well, I think they become.
السلام اخي الله يبارك فيك الله يعزك حبيبي بارك الله فيك حبيبي اعزك الله حبيبي شكرا بارك الله فيكم
I think they became more sophisticated.
الله يعزك حبيبي الله يعزك
I think they became more sophisticated because when you read the Old Testament, you will find that God of Adam and Eve, they went on a crusade for 5 generations, which is equivalent to 600 years. And
say it again. I didn't catch it. Sorry.
if you read in the
Old Testament. Yeah.
the God of Adam and Eve
Yeah.
went on to a crusade for 5 generations, which is equivalent to 600 years.
Okay.
Destroying nations after nations and leaving some of his disciples in each nation. Like what you see happening in Israel today. They're not people. Well, they are people, but they're not people.
I don't believe in I don't believe in a country called Israel, by the way.
There are those that walk among us that is lacking completely of any emotion.
Of course, they are
has no compassion.
killing innocent people. You know, they are following the Old Testament. That's why I said to you, look, what the Old Testament mentions about the prophets and God, there's a lot of lies against prophets of God and against God.
Well, they're not following the Old Testament. They're the one that gave us the Old Testament.
But they are following the Old Testament as well by
not
killing.
following it.
No, because the Old Testament teaches you to kill the Arabs who are the Malachites and to genocide them, and that's what the Netanyahu, the terrorist, is doing in Gaza, killing innocent people. You know, and this is the problem here we have here in the world. That how come we're not standing against this evil terrorist Netanyahu who's killing innocent people in Gaza? People are justifying, now the Western world are justifying by saying, you know what, yeah? The Western world, I mentioned that before, they fall into hypocrisy. How? When ISIS were coming and killing innocent people, the Western world, they were calling them terrorists, and they are terrorists, ISIS, no doubt about that. And we say that, not because the Western world said it.
Who do you think created them?
Of course, the Western world, no doubt, America, the United Snakes. You know, the United Snakes create them. Anyway, so
United Snakes.
yes.
Okay, I accept that.
Yeah. United Snakes create them. But what I'm saying now, they never said, you know what, you know, these people maybe they have a reason for attacking us because we went to Iraq or to Syria. They will not accept no justification from ISIS. Likewise, we should not accept no justification from Netanyahu, who is killing innocent people, women and children in Gaza.
I think one of the things that we need to look at and try to figure out or ask a question about is that from the beginning of this planet, there has always been war. There is
Between good and evil.
There is approximately now going on about 30, 40 wars that is not spoken of. So what do you?
How are you, right?
What do they achieve by wars?
No, there's two types of war. There's a blameworthy war and a praiseworthy war. In the Quran, there's a praiseworthy war. In the Quran, the war was legislated to remove oppression and establish justice. So to answer your question, why there was a war was there to achieve justice and remove oppression. That's why in the Quran, Allah rebuked those who indulge in war for the sake of arrogance and for the sake of wealth.
I'm going to leave you now, but I'm going to tell you this. The reason for wars is to create suffering. And
No.
well, I'm just saying to you.
Not all the time, not all the time. عليكم السلام حبيبي الله يعزك بارك الله فيك حبيبي بارك الله فيك.
I'm saying this is what I know.
Yeah.
It creates suffering, and that suffering is food for some people on this planet.
You're right. I agree. There's some war, no doubt about
You
that.
told me that it's not true, right?
No, there's two types of war. I said there's a praiseworthy war and a blameworthy war. Not all the wars are forced to cause suffering. Rather, the Islamic war to remove suffering.
If you go
Islamic war to remove suffering.
Well, if it's to remove suffering, and Islam is so powerful, tell me something. Why is Israel allowed to abuse the Palestinians that do, and the Israel people and your people don't get involved?
Because Prophet Muhammad told us, you asked me a question to prove to you again, objectively, why Islam is the truth. What's happening now to our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world? Prophet Muhammad told us about it. He told us when the Muslims, all the Muslims, when we turn away from our religion and we start following the footsteps of the nations before us, then Allah will send down humiliation upon us. So what you see now, Prophet Muhammad told us about it already. He said that will happen. And sometimes it's a test, because sometimes Allah will test people by giving them power to see how they're going to utilize the power. You understand?
You see Allah as a man, don't you?
No, Allah's not a man.
No, I say you see him as a man.
I see who?
Allah.
Allah's not a man. No, Allah
you must be, because you're saying that he tests us and he's giving
he. No, in Arabic language, when you use the word he, doesn't mean a man, because in Arabic language...
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying that you say Allah will give this, he will test that person.
Yeah, will test us,
that person.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that men does.
No. The man does. Allah does that too. I mean, if a man tests, doesn't mean Allah doesn't do it. Like a man see and Allah see.
You have the wrong perception of God.
No, you do, because I have it from God.
Okay, let me tell you this, what I know about God.
Before what do you know about God? Who did you get it from?
I'm not going to say that.
See? Because why? Who get it from? Not from God.
Well,
that's the most important.
Who knows? In the summer, when I come here again,
Inshallah,
I might be able to tell. I might feel the need to tell you.
Do you know what you're gonna
right
do?
now,
you're gonna be Muslim. You're gonna come back with jihad, inshallah. You're gonna be Muslim, inshallah.
I don't feel the need to do that.
You need to.
What I do know is this. In my heart, this is my perception of life. I believe that all of us can live a life of love, peace, harmony, and balance.
That's in theory, but not in reality. In theory, that's what you love, what you like. But in theory, that's not realistic.
You go to school to learn education.
No. Uncle, we have to be realistic. That's what Islam teaches you, to be realistic. In theory and our dreams, yes, everyone together love. But in reality, there's many people out there who are evil, who doesn't want to accept people who have different beliefs, who have a different background. Understand that? So Islam teaches us. Well, let me finish. I will leave you with this, because I will leave. Have you studied the history of Islam in Andalus?
No.
You know Andalus?
No.
Andalusia. Andalusia, where the Muslims ruled Spain and Portugal and part of France for nearly 900 years. So the Muslims, they were an authority, and the Christians and the Jewish people, they were under them. You see how they lived in harmony. Based upon what? Based upon the Islamic teaching.
You could not have lived, just a second, you could not have lived in harmony.
We could, check it.
Just a second.
I mean, uncle, you can't tell me.
Because look, if you're going to be honest, your religion invaded Spain.
No, my religion never invaded Spain. Because now, if you go, there's a history.
Andalus, you don't know it.
Yeah, you don't know.
He asked you, do you know Andalusia? And you said you don't know it. And now you're telling him that Muslims invaded Spain.
Well, I know that Muslims invaded.
No, that's incorrect.
I know that.
If you study
I know
history,
that the British. I know that the British. After a period of time, I think it was 1,000 years or something like that. I know that the British chased them out of.
if you study,
But I'm not here. My interest is not what you do. My interest, all that I'm interested in is.
no, but
the
Uncle,
good
I have to
side of
correct you.
everything.
No, I have to correct
I have
you.
no interest in.
Uncle, I have to correct you. Go do research. There's many research from non-Muslims, historians in Spain. Now there is, there were not long ago.
You look like a Spaniard.
I have Spanish in me, yeah, Andalusian in me, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yes. So what we say to you, I'm from North African, by the way. So we're all together. We were one before. Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Mauritania. You know, the point here that there's many manuscripts discovered where the indigenous people of Spain, they were seeking help from the Muslim leaders, and guess the Germans, because the Germans came to Spain, the Christians one. Anyway, do your history, inshallah. Take care of yourself, uncle. Have a good day.
Same to
Take
you.
care. It's excellent. Inshallah.